Okay. Do that. Bring that down there like that. Put that up there. Go there. Click that. Drag it there. No. I need to turn drops off. How do I turn drops off? Rewards? Drops. Disable. Well, I'll leave it on, I suppose, but you're not going to be able to get anything because you can't subscribe. There's no subscribe buttons. Right. The goal today is to just patch quests as much as possible. I'm starting a bit later than I normally would because I've been procrastinating about it. Like I do. Mistress Luna, it is always an honor. Val Koana has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you before long. I don't know if I'm going to read a whole lot, but we'll see what my voice does. Oh, you're all here too. Valkoana summoned us. Though, if truth be told, Alphino and I have been seeing him quite regularly of late. He asked us to share our knowledge of Hannish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were, of course, happy to oblige him. Kryl and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise, we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thanker and Norianje have left to resume their tour of Tural. Ishtola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kwana's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. If the look she had in her eye was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself for when she comes calling. You'll like to be stuck with her for a while. As for Estinian, we know neither where he is nor what he is doing. Some things never change. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. So, what can we do for you? Hopefully present company is enough for whatever it is you need. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Galuja and his administration have invited us to attend. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasulani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the Queen be thus honoured. Leave it to that lot to think of such a thing. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Indeed. A funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together and to express their grief that they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go. Not only to be there for Galuja, but to put this chapter behind us. That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wished to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. It would be inappropriate. Because of your role in her demise, I take it? But we had no choice. We had to stop her from killing countless innocents. I won't force you to attend the funeral if it makes you feel uncomfortable. But while I represent Tilialal in an official capacity, I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything. I don't really remember. I don't think this is the first funeral we've been to where we've killed the person they're burying. I feel the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of their beloved ruler. It is only right that we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others. So let us stand with you. That is decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Galuja in the back room. That's new. So, yes, I have not done any of the patch quests. I rushed. I didn't do it on stream. I don't remember if I did it on stream. I rushed to do 7-0. So that's basic DawnTrail. I rushed to get that done so I could do the Arcveld fight. And then the Savage. With my raiding group. Yeah. I did still read the story. I didn't have a lot left to do, to be honest. What am I doing? And I've been told I need to go through all the patches, get to one of the last fights currently released, because we're doing that this weekend. Should be interesting. I don't know if the patches are voiced. I'd like it if they were. Why? Because I don't have to read as much. Ah, you came for the funeral. Of course. I'm the only one who will officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So, how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep's systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of treat, I've brought you Gato au chocolate. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Namati, and thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Flowers will be distributed to all attendees. Considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? Don't need any of those foods. What I need are more of these. What is in my inventory right now? The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak with. Gerson. He was apparently Spheen's aide, and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. I'm pretty sure these quests are 100, so I can't go to a 90 class to gain levels. No. Shame. What is that? Yeah, there are a bunch of blue quests I also haven't done. I would like to do that one. Where am I headed? actually know the outfit he's wearing. I used to wear it on my Reaper, but I dyed it black. Why, you're... I'm Val Wuklamad of Tuliolal. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Spheen's funeral. We are honoured, truly. I had seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Gerson, former chief aide of the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administering state of affairs. Can we get our flowers here? Oops. Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulars. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Rest assured, they're not a requirement. We're aware your people do not use them. You see, people in Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons when attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same colour. We have yet to produce enough for everyone, but we're distributing them as we are able. I see. Yet regulators or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Spheen. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. Galulja is definitely just a clone of Galujaja, or whatever his name was. Oh, it's a voice. Get off my screen, you varmint! there's a fly on my screen and I'm gonna kill it. If I can reach. Ah, not being able to move sucks. You tried. Hey, Galuja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shall search the system for information on residents, but the only Mamolja she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Do you want to know your mother? I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again. And if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want, then I'll help. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to just leave. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright. Thank you, everyone. Ding. I have no idea how many patch quests there are. It's going to be rough. Assuming neither memories nor records of Galuja's mother remain, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups. Luna, if you can make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Why do I have to go outside? of Landscar that was dispatched here. I assume they returned to Tuliolal after their mission. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. It's like they upgraded this model. Did they upgrade the Griffin models? I should also upgrade that. Georgia has told me you've previously tried to track down records of his mother. We've previously tried. But came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. So you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So, Zerolja... Okay, his name was Zerolja. Brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yessolani, among whom was a female Mamolja. His mission was to rid the region of the Tral Vidral. And I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in what he resolved. Can never say that. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in Uayawata. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zerolja made regular visits. If he required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal, and if this Mamolja woman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come in contact. I see, but what could Zerolja have been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. In order to retrace Zerolja's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Origenics, whatever. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the King's direct order. This is the first I have heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that was all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made to Yoyata, far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all of this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So, we'll be investigating this secret facility in Ueyawata then. And this time, I want you to come along, Galuja. The village is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the drift downs. All right, thank you, Shale. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful everyone. It's a dungeon! I should have known. Now you can watch me be really bad at Max Level Reaper. What I might do... Oh no, I just gotta do some patch quests. Stop trying to grind. What excuses to grind stuff? I need gear for my tank, I know that. I need level 100 tank gear. What's my poetics at? I could nearly go spend some of these. But I need those ones. What? Pardon me. And I'm broke, because these two rings, this and this, cost me an ungodly amount of money. Let me tell you what. I think it was 900,000 for both of them. It's ridiculous. Okay, while that's doing that, I might... Because once I do this, it'll teleport me back here anyway. Ether right. Weapon enhance. Oh, I need 5. Fuck. Item exchange. I do want to get the armor. I really want the armor. Just question of, do I get the male or the female? Oh, the female. I have 8, so I could buy... Okay. Save. We'll see what happens. I have to do many more of these if I want that. Yeah, I have 8. I'll buy the minions. I'm not sure what that's for. Is outdated. I really do not like any of these. How much is that? At least this one's gone down in price. But it's not enough. It has to be 240. What do you got for me? Number 99. You guys can't see my chat. Good. Interesting to see what gear drops from this place. While His Majesty Roger is not the first to concede it, Zero shoots from a beast soul. Oh, this is essentially what they turn. No, spoilers. Spoilers! Not saying it. Why am I moving so slow? withdraw, withdraw. What the fuck is this rabbit red? Okay. I understand it now. That's an out. How did the healer res? Is the warrior gonna revive? Oh, got him! It wasn't too hard. Though the giant earthworm thing, I understand it now, I just didn't read it right. I thought it would go up and then straight back down, or come from the in out. I didn't really look at the angle of the red arrows much. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go spend some of those. Alright. Whoops. When I visited Tiliolo, I saw some. I was finally able to picture her in my mind. One day I hope I can see what she actually looked like as well. I'll take. I need to head to Solution 9, but we'll do this first. While we've discerned the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight into what came of it. Let us take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. What happened to the people here? Did they all leave? Or did we already meet them? Do you think the people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments? Success was far from guaranteed, and even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was there devotion to zoologists or that sort? No, I bet you they were forced. It won't open. And I don't think it'll yield to our shoulders either. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. I was transferred to the station in order to train the villagers in the use of electric technology. While a child can quickly learn to operate common contraptions, it will be no easy thing for them to attain the requisite skill to develop new weapons, ones which require no less than a manipulation of the soul. Thankfully, two of my pupils have demonstrated great aptitude in the field. Kanaloka, the village chief, and Tishalja, a field chirurgeon. Further driven by their loyalty to our king, their growth has been remarkable. I dare to hope that, before long, they'll be able to carry out their duties without further instruction, and I may be relieved of my duty. You are dead. I wonder what Backlog would make of this research into transferring souls. Good question. More than likely, we'll find out. The research likely moved between the upper and lower levels. Perhaps we can find a key among their belongings. It makes me angry to think about what they did here. Yeah. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transfer a few days ago. I can write. Generate good. Yes. Very good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today, bit off hand of feeder. Cannot help it. So strong. Hungry, always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. I must eat. Am eaten, must eat. He loses his mind. And a key. I don't know why I keep sprinting. Jog is the same movement speed up. It's just animation. You found the key? Great. I'll call the others. I need a drink of water. Let me grab my bottle. It seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go. So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valley Gamenda. All the machinery appears to still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure. Most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Galuja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me. There's so much data. I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Teshalja. Ah, it brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Teshalja, Administrator of Experimental Treatments Research Logs. This sounds good, doesn't it? If I'm quiet, I apologize. I'll send this back up. I turned it down the other day. Chances are the data is encrypted, and even if not, it will take considerable time to go through it all. Then let us take it with us to the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. Alright, I'll transfer it to this storage device I brought. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us. And there we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let us deliver the data to Shale. Let's see what I got out of that dungeon. What are these? These are punts. Diff. I mean, I don't particularly mind the look of that. Larger gear, it can be hit and miss. Oh, there's a Pookie. Sorry, wrong. Look at others. Where do I get these? Where do I get them? Okay. Like your armor. I can buy armor. Don't know what to spend these on though. Wait, I know what I can buy it on. I buy it on fucking brain, man. I can buy it on this. Spend it on this. No. I'll buy 10, 11. Because now that I do that, ceremony. Reaper. Okay, so it's not in here because I have it all equipped at the moment. So I do that. It'll give me the tokens I need. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Pushing all the wrong buttons. So I take the hat off, right? I was only told how to do this last night, okay? So give me a second. So if I take this and do this, exchange, that will give me 11 of those. And I can go in here and go here. And buy the augmented version. Right? And then voila, it is better. Didn't give me more meld slots though. Sure, that's something else entirely. These are the wings. Where do I get the... Not gonna let me do that. Okay, I have to find out where to get the universal tombstones. It's just in items. Oh, there's a bee in there. What level is this? 97, okay. Never mind then. In that case, Elsa and I might take ourselves around the city and check on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as I've finished my work. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Elsa isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Turali remember a time before they were dependent on the Sol system. But even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who have been leaving for Tyrell. Ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolal. My brother is doing all he can to see the Zaktural Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some travelling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. How long before it's back in service? I couldn't say. When I left for this visit, Koana seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Charles working on the data, we should go and see the state of it ourselves. To Shaloni Station. Then I'll make sure to keep Koana informed. In the building? Yep. Valve Resolve, and Luna to boot. What can I do for you? We're hoping for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Tyrell that can't make the journey on foot. I see. As it happens, the Valve Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. Scratch the on his way. He changed his gear. Just to annoy him. Stop that. As you well know, my previous attire was that of a gleaner, and I have chosen a different path. It was time for a change. You'll hear about the railroad too? It was in part for my sake that the original Dawnblazer was sacrificed, so I felt it only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, I assume Lamartine has explained the ongoing urgency of the need. What have you to report? The new locomotive was on track for completion, but we're having difficulty pulling her into the station, in a manner of speaking. You see, when we used the Dawnblazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations. But now we're back to our original problem. How to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Mahuatson. That is the Ronek. Though the Hetsaro that follow them are none too pleased about their Hetso being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. The solution I've devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Roanoke will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. And I suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Weren't the rail routes plotted to avoid Roanoke's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. The Roanoke's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I am not concerned why, but I intend to ask the people of blah, 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 for their insight. As a major proponent of the railroad, I have duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what they have to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Huato. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hatsara encampment, if you like. Look, I think they just use normal fucking words, honestly. I might call it after this quest, depending on what happens. As much as I want to get them all done in one go, I just can't sit here and do it. Valve resolve, Valve reason. I bid you welcome to our camp. But what brings you all the way out here? I thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zaktaral Railroad. You two have noted the Rowanek's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into this matter. Shepetto? Shepetto! Normally, we'd expect the Roanoke to keep to their favourite grounds nearby for a while yet. And despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing in the area and in the two places. Yet they refuse to keep to where they usually would, instead pushing westward toward your railroad. I certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration. Nevertheless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hatsara would, I suppose. As you may have surmised, I am of Hatsara descent. My parents travelled with the Roanoke as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. I was left behind as a babe. During such a migration, one of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I am forced to assume. A chance encounter with a kind fellow merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a storekeeper in Tulialal's market, and that's where the Dawn servant found and adopted me. I had already been in the palace for some time when Lamati came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As this tiny child's new brother, I swore I would be there, always be there for her. So that's a memory of during the expansion. Truly, I have never heard of the Roanoke choosing a path so arduous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hatsara willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. I cannot say. The idea of following in their footsteps, that I might make better excuses for their actions, never much appealed to me. Even if it might help you better understand the Ronak's current behavior. As is so often the case, you are correct. Though my discomfort with the Hetzara way may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervour for innovation, it would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. And to refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please teach me of the Roanoke and what they mean to you. I promise to listen with an open mind. Blah, tripped over my tongue. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Will you learn of the Hetzara culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share. But it would be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. Then it's settled. You'll learn more of the Roanoke, and we'll have a look around the plains. And perhaps in the process, we'll find the answer we seek. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call it. Ugh, I'm losing focus. Okay, next, I will do more of this, which will be tomorrow. If I can get all this done within the week, it'll be great. But yeah, I'm tired. I went to bed late, and it's catching up with me. So I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.